Hi, my name is Victor Bart. This is my Unimog 404 with a diesel engine, and I had big plans for this weekend to do a test drive, to go to an event and stay here one night by a friend on his land, but every plan went overboard because I have a big issue with my Unimog. I blown up the gearbox. Let me show you. Here the gearbox is cracked where you tap the oil. So yeah, I have a very big issue with my Unimog. So the gearbox was leaking a bit and I tapped out the oil to see how much was left, and I had more than 5 liters left. But there was this metal piece in the gearbox, and while I was driving it was screaming for a moment. And there were also smaller pieces in the oil. So my plan now is to refill the gearbox with that oil, and I have like 5 liter more gearbox oil with me, so I can fill it up and then see how much it will leak, and then just drive home for 35 kilometers into my workshop and then source out a different gearbox, and then take off the cap, remove the engine, remove the axles from the gearbox and then get the gearbox out. And over 3 weeks I want to drive to the North Cape in Norway. This is just terrible. So I made the decision to call a tow truck, and it's a little bit less than 500 euros to tow it from here to my workshop. It's a lot of money, but in my workshop I can do the job of switching out the gearbox, and a friend of mine has 6 gearboxes at his farm, so tomorrow I probably gonna see which one I gonna buy from him and then swap as fast as possible to the new gearbox and hope that that works. So yeah, let's wait on the tow truck. And my friend Dan, he's helping me today. He made food and he helped me with filling up the gearbox again. Then we can just drive backwards with the Unimog and put it in place for the tow truck. Do you see this big hella light?
Yep,
It's
I know it.
Look how dark it is here. Let's see what we can do about that.
Shine a light on me.
That's a pretty good light. Yeah, I like this upgrade. It works very well. So the Unimog is on the trailer here, and this is like a low bed trailer. So now the height is not a problem, and you can't tow it with on its wheels. So this is the best solution. It's not really cheap, but it's the better solution to do like this. Driving on onto the trailer went very easy, and luckily the Unimog gearbox is still working, so we can move around the truck. So we made it to the workshop. It's now 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'm now back in the workshop for 1 hour, but I'm really restless. I decided I will sleep in my Unimog and have enough food and stuff for breakfast and dinner and stuff like that, but I'm now so busy in my head that I'm still thinking, and I have a plan, and I asked some friends to help, and I'm gonna check out for a Gearbox tomorrow, but I just need to start doing something on the Unimog and then just sleep and do the next things tomorrow. So yeah, let's just get some stuff off the Unimog just to clear my mind a bit. I took some parts of the cabin because I need to pull the cabin off and the engine out and all that stuff. And the next step is disconnect the wiring, disconnect the hoses, and then I can lift the cap off. So tomorrow I will go for the other gearbox. And a few upgrades that I did worked really great today. The side lights and the rear light to reverse the Unimog was awesome. If I turn that on, I can just see in this mirror the wheel, and just in the dark I can just make a turn, and yeah, perfect. And also the cabin lights that I installed, just flip the switch and you have light in the cabin. Simple things, but it works just really great. But I think I'm gonna sleep now. See you in the morning. So I got 2 spare gearboxes, and this one even has an inspection hole. It took 20 minutes and a tire iron, but the 2 gearboxes are in my car, and I put some wood under it and some carton. Yeah, I like my Volvo V70 because it probably can handle 2 gearboxes. Okay, I survived driving over the highway with the 2 gearboxes inside. I mean, that's pretty low on the floor. And here it's pretty high up, so yeah, it was a little bit dodgy. I think I'm gonna make some food on my induction cooktop with my lithium batteries from AO Lithium, because I still can test out making dinner on the batteries with the induction stove and the Victron inverter. I don't need to go camping for that. So yeah, let's make some dinner. So I'm making a simple meal, some rice, some beans, some mice and some spam and some herbs and pepper and salt, and let's see if this is eatable. And the induction cooktop works really well in my Unimog, and the Victron converter in combination with the IO lithium batteries is just really nice to cook on. And I probably have 1.5 hours cook time with the induction stove before my batteries are empty. A meal is maybe 20 minutes with some rice and then things. So yeah, I probably can run 2-3 days on this setup without recharging and making some dinner and running the fridge. So the first real meal cooked on induction. So I hope it tastes well. At least it's enough. Or my plate is too small. Or I made too much food. So yeah, I think my plate is too small and I made too much food. So I gonna enjoy my meal now. That is pretty decent for some canned foods. Okay, I made too much food, but I also bought some storage containers, so I can just put it in my fridge and use it the next day. I think that's a really good tip for overlanding. Get some storage boxes, so you don't have to waste food. So there are three things that I want to do tonight. That is get the gearboxes out of my car, and I don't have a forklift here, so I need to make a plan for that. The other thing is prepare the workshop that we can work with 3 people tomorrow on the Unimog. And the third thing that I want to do tonight, but it is not so important to do, but the most fun is take off more parts of the Unimog. So yeah, I need to set priorities and get some work done. But I think I don't gonna film it and just blast music and yeah, just work and then show you later an update. Let's see if this works and if I can get high enough. Because here there's some things sticking out. But this was the easy one because there's an easy place to hook it on top. But the other one is more difficult. A Unimog 404 gearbox is 160 kilos, but with the carton under it and the wood, it slides forward. That makes my life much easier. Yes, that worked, but this was a little bit more dodgy. But I did the job, the gearboxes are out. I did a quick clean and a decreasing of the gearbox. And I found out that the gearbox handle is completely seized up and the 4-wheel drive handle is also not working. So I'm probably just gonna take it off and put the handles on top of my current gearbox because they are fine. But I'm gonna open this inspection hole because I want to see how it's inside and if we have a good base or not. The gearbox looks very nice inside. Not much rust, there are some spots like here, but that is just surface rust. But the gears are nice and there's still a little bit of oil film on it. And all the arms are rust free. I think we have a gearbox that is in a pretty decent shape. So I'm probably gonna flush it with some oil and just drain that out and just remove the rust like on this tooth. A nice gearbox to put back into the Unimog. Oh yeah, if I just put my finger on here it's already cleaned up, so yeah, that's just some dirt. The neutral works, the 6 gears works, the reverse works and the 4-wheel drive works. So let's inspect the top cover. Okay, this looks decent, a little bit dirt, but not much. But here on top we have a lot of dirt, so I really need to clean this. But the top plate itself isn't rusted, and I see a really nice detail. 3/65. So this is a 1965 gearbox, and my Unimog is also 1965. That's a cool detail. So yeah, let's get the vacuum cleaner and clean the dirt off. So on top of the new gearbox I will put my old switch plate with the PTO handle. Here on the side plate goes the PTO. The plate under it is now off. I need to reinstall that. Here goes the front axle. Here goes the rear axle. All is cleaned already a bit. And I put oil over it. And here, this bearing has failed probably on the other gearbox. And as you can see, there's a really big gear here. So if that goes out of alignment, that probably makes the screaming, scratching noise and then breaks the housing here. I will inspect, of course, the other gearbox, but this bearing is also not in the best shape. I need to get a new bearing before I can reinstall this gearbox. So this morning with my father I took apart the cabin, all the cables and stuff like that. And now we have extra help from Alex. And my uncle is also here, so we're gonna move my Unimog under the beam there so we can hoist off the cabin.
Nee, de as gaat inderdaad...
Ga maar door. Het is een los deel, denk ik. Kijk,
ja, precies.
een los deel.
Ja.
Victor! Geweldig!
Yeah.
Ja, precies. Ja.
So we cut this bearing out. And this bearing that was easy to take
Hey.
off.
Goed gedaan, Jarry.
And this is a standard bearing that's like €7. So we're gonna replace them both. I have a G-Wagon pressure plate, but that is not a standard fitting in the bell housing. Mine is modified and a high performance racing clutch. So my clutch setup is pretty powerful and very strong. But the bearing here was loose because if you take out the axle, you pull it out, and we're gonna order a new one because to change this is a lot of work. We achieved a lot today. The engine is out with almost all the parts still connected. The cabin is off. Here's some parts and the steering wheel and some chairs and the starter motor. And here the chassis without the engine, and it's now high up in its suspension because there's no weight left. And here the modified bell house. It's bigger to have the G clutch in it and the raised pedals. Yeah, now you can see what I did without an engine in the way. There are the rubber blocks in front of the engine. The original air compressor is on the same spot. The PTO axle. The power steering house. That's maybe also interesting to see. That's from a 406 and it barely fits, but it fits. So that's the most important. And it's on the original tube, but with an extra scale, or not sure how it's called, half a pipe. And it's super strong with the custom pit arm made from a 406 and a 404. Still a lot to do, but tonight I'm going to the event where I was planning to go to, so I already missed more than one day of the event, so I still want to go there. I just put a sleeping bag in my Volvo and some water and some food, and I will just go and camp out of my Volvo. So, see you on the event, because Army Truck Tom is also on the event, and also Bart Thiessen with a very nice DAF 4440. And I was planning to do like tours of them, but I have no time. So I will show them really quick, but not a full tour. That must wait till after this swap is finished. yeah, let's go. Good morning. I went to the event that I was planning to go to, but without my Unimog, but with my Volvo, and I slept in the back. And they have all kinds of weird vehicles and campers and self-built things, like this bus here and this awesome Unimog 1300 Mowgli where I did the tour with. And here a really nice colored, what is it, Bedford or something? Or it says Fog. No clue which brand it is. And a transit van and more old timers with blue plates, and yeah, it's a fun event. And Army Truck Tom and Odin are now drooling in the Unimog 1300. They really want a concept like this. I think this is a perfect concept for 1300. It's compact, it's, yeah, check out the tour of it. It's just amazing with the Bliss mobile box, with the lifting roof and the modernized cabin front. And what do you think of the 1300?
The 1300, oh man, I love that vehicle. That's my dream right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, that is what I need to be win a lottery or something.
Yeah,
that's
but it's good to have dreams.
it's good to have dreams. Everyone should have dreams.
Tom, I was planning a full tour of your Unimog and of Bart's DAF, but with my current issues with my gearbox, I don't have time for that. So we're gonna do the 1 minute tour.
Okay, that's a challenge, right?
Yeah.
1 minute tour. Well, this is my 1964 Unimog 404, the same type as Victor Bart has.
But more original, I think.
Yeah, on the outside it's, well, I'm gonna say 99% original. And of course, the all-known Wrangler seats.
Yeah, nice. Oh, and you use the original chair frames.
Yeah. So
Mine are a little bit lower. Oh, you have the cover around the bell house. You have the more modern steering wheel.
Yeah.
But more, still the 3-spoke.
Yeah, and well, I chose to use the original seating seats, so I still have the original seats, so if I'm going to an event or something that is for military vehicles, I can swap them out and then it will be
I also
original.
still have the original seat. What communication is this?
That's everything I'm saying.
CB radio.
CB radio, yes.
Same as me.
Still original. Kraftwagen Verbandkasten A.
Ah! Where did you get this one? Because a normal newer Kraftwagen Verbandkasten doesn't fit.
No, I don't know. Someone had it and I was like, that looks like the one that fits in the Unimog.
Yeah.
And so I bought it on, I think it was like a flea market for €5, and it still has some stuff in it. Of course, I put in new bandages and stuff.
Yeah,
but
updated
a little bit, but
so
it fits.
You don't have a funk cover on the back.
No, it's a Pritje.
Ah, why?
It's lighter. This is
okay. That's a good point.
This is about 750 kilograms lighter than the original funk cover. So it's about 2 tons lighter than your funk cover.
So you can bring more beer.
I can bring more beer.
And what did you put in the back?
In the back? Well, you might not see it, but it's a camper inside.
It's a camper.
It's a camper.
Wow, I never seen a camper in a
So this is
box
our
like
little
this.
cozy tent on wheels. So we have a little two-person bed, a fridge, some closet space, the table for my editing work,
to
So,
make your videos.
for all the videos.
And you put some white stuff
Yeah.
on the roof.
This is just some wood with a little bit of insulation,
Okay.
not for the cold, but more for the heat. If the sun is
Yeah.
beating down on the
And now it's much
dark
lighter
tarp.
inside.
yeah, still. So,
Nice and cozy.
and of
truck.
course, the wood stove.
Yeah,
where we,
nice. Nice and toasty.
Yeah, it can double as a sauna in here.
And you cook on it.
Yeah, we cook on it, and I think it's every morning making coffee,
Yeah.
getting out of bed, lighting the stove, and it's a fun ritual for the morning. You know, get some nice coffee and nice little
Yeah.
fire going on. I love it. I love it.
It's a nice cozy truck. So next time we're gonna do a full tour with all the details.
Yeah, you can find me as Army Truck Tom on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and whatnot. My lovely assistant is like, here's a sticker.
There he is, Odin, also part
Odin.
of the team.
Yeah, Odin also has a 404, but he still has the original Funkoffer.
You can find links here down in the description to Tom. The photo team of Army Truck Tom in action. Yeah!
Well, this is the area of my washing machine.
Yeah, let's start this tour with this washing machine.
Yeah, of course. That's the highlight of the truck.
Yeah.
So it's probably worth to start with.
That's a really big washing machine for a little
It's
truck
not that big.
camper.
It's a bit smaller than a normal
Yeah.
normal one, but yeah, it's a truck, so you don't have any restrictions as it comes up to weight. So yeah, it's quite heavy, but you can bring it. It's no
But you
problem.
have something special with the water.
Yeah, I made the washing machine. I made a hot fill, so it will get hot water from the boiler, so it doesn't have to heat up the water itself. Yeah, and it saves me a lot of energy.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
I can also wash when I'm off grid, when I'm not connected to.
And I see a Victor Multiplus.
Exactly, it's a 1600 watts thingy. So yeah, it's more than enough.
Yeah.
I can power everything. I'll power my sewing machines and everything. So it's never a problem. Only like a water cooker or something.
Yeah. Let's check out what kind of truck you have.
Yeah, it's an old army truck. It's Dutch DAF 4440. 4440 is 4-wheel drive. It has 4 wheels and 4 tons of loading capacity. So yeah, it's an old Dutch army truck. It's typically Dutch. A DAF is a Dutch brand.
Yeah,
or originally.
before I knew about the Unimog 404,
Yeah.
this was my dream truck.
Okay.
But it was like 17, 18 years ago.
yeah.
And then they were still really expensive.
Yeah, it could be. Nowadays the Dutch army switches to Scania trucks, and yeah, this is like 4440, so this is one generation earlier. And nowadays they
42.
42, they are like getting replaced by those Scania.
Yeah, and they have double rear wheels.
Exactly. But yeah, it's typically
Yes.
it's
Good
typically
truck seats.
military interior, so everything is still green, and yeah, it has like
Yeah, the little dimming lights and
exactly, and war lighting
and a roof hatch.
exactly.
So you built this box yourself?
Yeah, I did completely myself. This is like the original floor, so it's a torsion-free chassis. Container box can move independently from the chassis, and I start building on the floor. So like I put like iron skeleton, and then inside I put like insulated sandwich panels. So this is the living area. It's my bed. Here are like some clothes. This is like a technical area.
Utility center.
Utility, exactly, with a router for the internet, and like all the fuses for the electricity system.
And this is also your full-time home?
More or less. My goal is to travel like 6 months a year and 6 months staying in the Netherlands to work. But yeah, I had some engine problems lately, so it cost me a lot of money. So now I have to save a couple more months working in the Netherlands. Yeah, and hopefully I will go to the south at the end of the year. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, how fast.
So
fast.
like it's a half-time living.
More or less,
situation.
yeah.
Okay, and then TV screen and airco.
Yeah, everything's in it, airco, and it works really well. It's just like a normal household airco, but because it's a really small area, it's not much energy to cool it down.
And here the kitchen.
Running
water, of course.
Of course, yeah. It's
Gas stove.
and that's also
Fridge.
because it's a
Storage.
truck, you can bring a lot of weight. So there's like 300 liters of water inside.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I can shower like 5 times or 6 times with it, and yeah,
And even an afzuigkap.
exactly.
I don't know the English word for
No,
it, so
me
let's
neither,
keep
me
it on
neither.
that.
Yeah.
And then here,
This the bathroom.
okay, so shower
Shower, toilet.
and a toilet.
Yeah.
Nice, even a roof window.
Roof edge, yeah, for the comments. You can always look on my Instagram account. It's at B Thiessen. That's my last name.
I will put it in the
.nl.
description.
Yeah, probably you can put it in the description.
And here you can follow him. I found an army truck, Tom, in the Unimog 1300.
Suddenly, yeah.
Tom, is there an engine inside?
There's a little small engine, just a little bit bigger than ours. But this is more your cup of tea. This is diesel.
I think you're gonna buy it in 10 years.
10 years? Oh man. And I got a lot of saving to do.
Yeah, with your YouTube money.
It's our natural habitat.
So every Sunday you just lay under your Unimog.
It's like, yeah, this is home.
We need to catch him! I knew that Tom was looking for an Unimog part that is becoming pretty rare.
Very hard to find.
Also hard to find. So in my hidden Unimog stash of parts,
Where he also got his gearboxes.
where I got my gearbox and the seals and stuff like that, I found something for Tom.
A lagerblok.
Een lagerblok.
Dutch word of the day.
Yeah. So. Hey!
Heb er niks aan.
250 euros for you.
He wants it too for his Unimog, but he doesn't have a PTO yet. So
Yeah.
No, I need some more parts, yes.
it does need a little bit new bearings. I finally got got one. I've been looking for this for like what, 2 or 3 years now. So something new to fix.
What are your future plans to put on the PTO?
Of course, I would really love to have one of those Werner winches. Werner winches.
Mercedes winch.
Mercedes winches. And if not, maybe a wood screw in the meantime. Something dangerous.
Or a coffee bean grinder?
Yeah, a coffee grinder.
I think if you put the beans in here, it already works.
Oh yeah, this is you put the beans in here, and then the coffee. You can see the coffee is already coming out. But yeah, this will be a fun thing to install, and because I got the PTO ready, I need to build myself some
Axles.
some axles, some axles, driveline for it.
Maybe we can find that too in the hidden stash.
Yeah, maybe. If you ever see one of those, you can always contact me.
Yeah.
And also, if you ever find something, please contact me. This will be installed in the near future.
Yeah, I think I will head home and maybe make an end of this vlog and have a cliffhanger. Will I fix the Unimog in time for my North Cape trip in 3 weeks?
Oh, I really hope so.
Yeah, So
Yeah.
if you have no video after this for half a year, you know,
No.
I'm screwed.
Yeah, you know, if he doesn't make any videos in the next couple of years, you can also always subscribe to me, of course.
Yeah, just switch to Tom. So thanks for watching, and I have a donation link in my description if you want to support me to do the trip to the North Cape and fix my Unimog.
Get him a new gearbox.
Yeah, get me yeah, instead of buy diesel, get me a Gearbox link. Tom, we got him on camera.
We got him.
Yes.
Look at them amazing wheels. Yeah, this is nice.